any profession you're doing, and especially one where you're dealing with other people's lives and their money and their estates and all sorts of things, being a highly ethical, trustworthy sort of person is definitely a good thing. Okay, so I'm a notary public in British Columbia. And so basically, what that means is I get to practice a little bit of law, but I'm not a lawyer at the same time. So I practice in areas of law that deal with land. So when people are buying and selling property, and we deal with estate planning as well. So wills and powers of attorney and those sorts of things. But we're limited in that we don't go to court or deal with litigation or criminal law or those sorts of things. So we're like mini lawyers, I guess you could say, if you want to put it that way. So what I love about my career is that I get to help people. And so it's a very people-oriented sort of profession. You're helping people in sometimes it's the most stressful times of their lives. Sometimes it's just big changes are happening. And so you get to kind of be there in the middle of these big challenging moments in people's lives. And so that's very rewarding to help them through those times. So in high school, I wasn't terribly academically inclined. I did okay. I just wasn't an A student, let's say. I got by. I was always really into law, and I loved those courses in high school. And I had a really good high school teacher who was our professor of Law 11 and Law 12. And I think he's the first teacher that actually told me that I was intelligent, or I could do so much more than what I was doing if I just tried a little bit. And so I think that's the first time, someone from outside of your family puts a little bit of self-confidence in you. And so I think that really inspired me to go on to do my master's. I'm not sure what exactly it was about law. I just found it really interesting. And then having said that, I went on to have nothing to do with law when I did my Bachelor of Arts degree. That was in psychology, because I also found that extremely interesting. So I majored in psychology, really wanted to get into social work or psychology, until I realized that that was a very challenging career path, and dealing with people and people's problems in that capacity was maybe more than I was wanting to take on. And so then I got into banking, which has nothing to do with any of these things. And I was a financial advisor for a while for one of the big banks in Canada. And I really enjoyed that role. Again, it's an advisory role, you're helping people. And so it was actually through that I came in contact with notary publics. And so I was interested to see, who are these people? What do they do? Their jobs seemed kind of parallel to what I was doing. And so when I looked into it, I realized, I have to go back to school. I'd have to do a master's degree. I'd have to do all of this further education. I didn't know if I really wanted to continue doing that. But I'm glad I took the leap, and I left my career at the bank, went back to school, did my master's degree, and now I'm running my own little business, and more or less happily doing so. Yeah, so challenges, there's always challenges in everything you try to do in life. So there's challenges with regards to just going to university and keeping up with your studies and balancing your personal life and your studying. And there's challenges with midterms and final exams to no end. And then, of course, in the professional field, when you get into work, of course, there's lots of challenges. There's just the regular learning curve of learning any new occupation. There's the additional challenge sometimes of bosses who are maybe, not the friendliest, or coworkers who are a little grumpy. But these are hopefully things that you can, get through with a little bit of positivity and not taking yourself too seriously. And people make mistakes, and you just try your best and do the best you can. And then if you did decide to go into business for yourself, that's a whole other challenge that I personally was not prepared for. And so there's the job, your career, and then there's this whole other thing of running a whole entire business by yourself. So that is a whole world of challenges to look forward to, but certainly achievable, and just, be prepared, I guess, as much as you can. So to be completely honest, even if someone had told me something in high school, I would have been unlikely to listen or adhere to their advice. I, as a teenager, was quite confident that I knew everything there was to know about everything. So I don't think, even if someone had the best of intentions, I don't think I would have listened or paid attention, to be completely honest. I think that life is an experience, and some of us just have to figure it out ourselves and learn the hard way. But if you are lucky enough to have good people who do give you good advice, hopefully that will be helpful for you.